Okay, this is Tim Willis, and we're back on part 2 of our building a bridge page using ClickFunnels 2.0. And we're starting off where we left off on the first page, which is the opt-in page. And just to review, we've got our heading, our about the full section. We're got a free ebook that tells people how to build bridge pages and landing pages, and then we have a footer, and then we have a button that brings up a pop-up. They put in their email and press the button, and we collect the email, and then they advance to the next page. So that's where we left off last time. So let's go ahead and go to the next page. Alright, and we don't even have a page for it yet, so we're going to click this little circle and click on create a new page. We're going to click on thank you, and none of the templates really work for us. We're just going to choose the one that has the less junk on it, and that would be this one here. And we will give it a name. Alrighty, and description is like this: bridge page, URL is available for use. This being the second page, we're not going to index in search engine, and we'll click on create page. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and go to edit. And it's going to load up the page. We'll click the hamburger and get that out of the way. So basically, we can get rid of most of this. As a matter of fact, because they didn't use full sections, I'm going to get rid of all of it. And then we're going to start off by putting a full section in, and a one column row, and we're going to put in an image, and in the image we're going to put in our logo. We'll change this size to pixels. We'll make it 200 like it was on the front, or thereabouts. And want to be friendly on that. Alright, and then we'll probably just go ahead and get rid of some of this padding on the section in the row. And that will work. And then we will go ahead and add another section. And we're going to start off with one column row, I believe. Let me check. It's being a little funky here. Okay, so we are starting off with one column row, and we're going to make that a headline, and we'll just copy what we got here, and we thank them for registering. Again, we know this is going to be our pine tree color. And then we're going to override. We're going to change that to Roboto. And then let's see what our size was on that. It's 72 pixels. Alright, and then we'll change that to bold. And there we go. Now I'll probably just go ahead and take off that top padding. And maybe we'll go ahead and take the section padding off too, while we're at it. Alright, that looks a little better. Alright, below that we're going to add a 2-column row. And on our 2-column row, on the right hand side, we're going to add an image. And I accidentally duplicated there. And we're going to put an image of a mock-up of the book that we are sending them. Of course, this is an e-book. It's going to actually be a PDF, but it always looks a little snazzy when you have something that kind of looks like a book. And let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and leave that like that for right now. And I'm going to go ahead and move our divider line for the 2-column row over that way. Next thing we're going to want to have is this line here, which is a headline. This is also going to be our pine green color. It's also going to be Roboto. And then let's see what we did for it's 34 pixels. There. And then let's go ahead and just a little more. Make that bold. Alright, and this one we're centering. The next line we're actually going to line left, which is this line here. And I think we may get rid of some of that line height as well on the one we're doing. Alright, so we're going to do this paragraph. Drop that in there. go ahead and make it our pine green color. I believe this is going to be DM Sans. Let's look. It is. It's 38 pixels. And we'll go ahead and make that medium. And then that's kind of spread out between the lines. So let's go ahead and take our line height and let's try 90 on that. Okay, that looks a little better. And then we also want to left align it, which we also could have done on the mini toolbar. Alright, so we got that. Actually, we used a lighter green color on that. So let's go to our ironically dark olive green. It's a name, but it's lighter of two greens we've used. It's a little confusing when you're working sometimes with almost identical pages. And I'll change the guide page. Alright, got that. And then we've got our button. Alright, and just as before, because we're doing this on the fly and we didn't set this up in the style guide, we're going to have to adjust the button. There we go. Make the whitest part our corn silk color. And we'll come back to fixing the buttons later on. Alright, the submit orders form, we're going to change that to go to, because we're going to be downloading a URL or adding a URL there. What wording did we use? Click to download your free book. I'm going to capitalize that. And then we'll do the corners. Make that 10. It's still kind of skinny. We want it a little bigger. We're going to go to our padding, and we will make that 20 for now. And then let's see what we did on the wording last time, or rather on the font size. We did make it 20 and 25. Alright, that's probably pretty good. Again, our font size. It's 24. And we're going to make that roboto. Okay. And we also want to left align it. Okay, so we reduced that space there. Now we've got a little bit of stuff going on here. So let's go ahead and we're going to drop this down to about 30 on the top margin, and then we'll do the same with the button. And that's a little better, but it's still offset on our picture. So what we can do is reduce our top margin until we get it looking about centered. And once we do that, our row looks like it's a little too close to our headline there, and so we will drop this down to about 30. And that looks a little bit better there. Now we could put a line or something if we wanted to here, but I'm not going to really do that right now. And then this is just basically a page that they can download on. So what we want to go ahead and do is finish this up by going to add our footer. Now we're going to go to My Assets and then Universal Blocks. And usually it will be the last footer item you made a universal block will be the first one to show up at the top, which it is. So we'll click on that. It's going to put the footer, the same one we had the other page there, and we click Save. Now, we're almost to where we need to be, except right now if we were to click on the button, nothing would happen. So in ClickFunnels 2.0, we have to add our download. Now our download is going to be tied to a URL. And so we're going to go back to our main panel, go to our gear icon for settings. We're going to go to My Assets. And then we're going to go to Downloads. And I already have it here for my practice one, but we're going to just create a new asset from blank. So this is going to be Bridges to Somewhere V2, so I can tell it from the original PDF. Now upload file, we're going to click on that and it will take us to here where I already have a PDF from before, and we're going to click on that, and you see now we have a PDF there. It's always helpful to have a picture of what your asset or product or whatever is, and so we're going to use our mock-up picture, and then we're going to create file. Now it's going to take us back out to there, and we're going to click on where we just were and go back in. Now you see that we have not only an upload file, but we have a download current file. So if we left click and choose copy link address, that's going to copy the link address to our clipboard. And then we can go back to our funnel section, go back and open up our funnel. Go back to our thank you page. Let's click the hamburger, get a full page happening here. Alright, so now we're going to click on our button, go into the settings, and go to our button action, which is set to go to and we're going to paste in that URL. I would go ahead and make it open in a new window, and then once we do that, we can save. So now when we open up our preview and we go to our button, we have another page come up which has our download. And normally this is technically a PDF, but normally this would be a PDF with writing and everything in it. But just for the purpose of example, I just did a PDF with just a picture of the mock-up. Alright, so we're pretty much done here as far as the basics of this. Now if you want to set up follow-up emails or something like that, that's a whole different training. But we have something that works, and we're going to go ahead and get out of here, and we're going to go run through the whole thing. So we're going to go back to our page, and we are going to go here. You have the edit button, preview button. Now if we left click preview, we can open the link in a new tab or new window, or we're going to open it in an incognito window, which is what I'm going to do. Now we'll bring an incognito window up, and it's going to load up that page. Now for something like this, it doesn't make that much difference on the incognito window. If you're doing something with a form that's been filled in before, you always want to try to use the incognito window for testing. So we've got everything here that we have there. If we click on get the book now, we have an email pop up. And then of course we put in the email and click on get the book. It's going to submit. And then it's going to take us to page 2. Now on page 2 we have our button for our download. And remember, once they put that email to pop up, that email is now in the messages system of ClickFunnels. Even though you haven't actually sent a message, it's retaining that email. Alright, click on our button, download our book, then go here and download it like you're downloading a PDF. And there we have it, a nice little bridge page. Now, if you had a different product like a affiliate product, instead of the URL for our asset, you would put in the link for your affiliate product. But since we're giving them a download item, we have a link to download. So let's go look at that one more time. Actually get out of the incognito window. Let's look at that section one more time. Let's see what we can do with that button. So right now we have it set to go to. The other things we could do with the button are nothing. Submit the order form. We've done that through the pop-up. We can have it scroll to an area. So if you had a bunch of buttons and you wanted them all to go back to an order form, that's what you would choose. We can show or hide the button. Open pop-up, close pop-up, mark complete, or redirect to the next step. Now most often you're going to either be linking to a URL, a pop-up, or a form. But those are your choices, and that's kind of how you can work this with one of these bridge pages. So that is pretty much it for today on lesson 2. My name is Tim Willis, and I'm a certified ClickFunnels funnel builder. And this has been a 2-part series on how to create a simple bridge page in ClickFunnels 2.0. Now mostly what I've showed you, even though some of the controls will look different, and ClickFunnels class will be the same. The only difference is that with the download, where you put the download in ClickFunnels Classics is completely different, and I might do a tutorial on that in the future. So I thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll try to see if I can get another video up pretty soon. Have a nice day.